Hi guys, welcome back to Northern Line Junction. This is episode 2 of the micro layout build. Now, it's been a couple of days since I last worked on the layout, and obviously I've got quite a number of people that have subscribed to the channel, so I just wanted to say hi and thank you for subscribing. That has really spurred me on to keep making more content for you guys. I think just off that last video we had 130 subscribers, so that's took me right up to like the 800 mark now, which is crazy. So who knows, we might make 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, which I'd never thought I'd get there. But yeah, it was a nice surprise to see, because I don't do it for the views or the subscribers or anything. I just do it really so I can sort of look back over the hobby and to see how far I've come. I'm no professional, no expert in the hobby, and just someone that enjoys the hobby and just wants to tinker around, I guess. But if anyone picks up any things that good or bad that you think, oh, that might be a good idea, then I'm happy that you've picked it up from me. Probably not though, because I pretty much pinch everyone else's ideas, whether it's New Junction or Mouldy Raspberry or Charlie from Chadwick. So they're the guys, if he's need advice to actually sort of watch, and you'll get some good tips from them. Anyway, enough about that. So episode 2 of the micro layout. Now I'm struggling because it's really close. I've got a lot to do tonight, and tomorrow is bonfire night, so I'm going to be struggling there because I'm out, and then obviously Thursday and Friday. But the plan is to get a little bit done tonight, and then Thursday, Friday, like really smash it out. I want to try and get the hill scene, which I'll show you in a second. Get that to a point where I've either managed to get the plaster cloth that goes hard on tonight, and then tomorrow, if I get a chance, when before or after bonfire night, I can paint that brown, ready for static grass. So there's a lot to do, and we'll just see how we get on. But I think this whole episode will be on the Scenics and the layout pretty much ready for the exhibition on Saturday, and then episode 3 will be the exhibition. So we'll see how that goes. I might add a few bits in episode 3 depending, but this video is probably not going to come out until after the exhibition, because I've got so much to do in terms of scenery. I mean, I've left myself very short. We just need to focus on that, and then once the exhibition's out of the way, I can quickly edit this and maybe get it up on Sunday. That could be a good plan, and then the next episode the following week, and go from there. But thanks, I really appreciate the people that have subscribed, and I know someone commented saying they're from Australia, which is mental to me. So yeah, we're just going to crack on now, and I'll go down to the kitchen. Just wanted to show you something. I don't know if you can see. There's a layout, or a little micro layout thing there. That's actually from Rusty Rails. Birch kindly gave it me. So it was sort of here, but I don't know if you can see. That is Bescar Lane. So it was there. Bescar Lane's there at the minute because the partner's not happy. The layout's just everywhere. So yeah, that's currently there. That is going to be another micro layout build. I can't really take credit for it. I might do a video when it's done. But I don't want to do too much with it because Birch did an amazing job. So it's probably going to be a little micro build. We'll talk more, but the bit at the bottom, I'm going to have an engine shed and a couple of more tracks coming out from that, and then that's it. And that'll be cut off at the bottom for a little fiddle yard. It's literally going to be more of a local coming on, stand sitting there for a bit and then going off. It's nothing going to be crazy. I more got it as a bit of a photo shoot board for when I'm doing sort of like, not reviews, but you know what I mean, unboxings. That was what I was looking for. So I'm going to stop rambling on because I'm rambling on too much, and I could start talking about loads of other ideas that I've got. Just been talking to Tim on baseboards. That's all I'll say. So that'll be next year's project. I'm trying to keep. I want to just update people with things that haven't happened in the videos lately. Kexby is up for sale. Potential buyer soon. I had a Golfland layout that I purchased off someone down south. Changed my mind with that. I'm now going to be moving that on to someone who I'm sure will look after it. He's very enthusiastic about the layout. So I'm looking forward to him taking that on. And then I might be able to start showing you the other layouts, like Stopgap has never made an appearance on the channel. That's an EM gauge layout that was donated to me. And then obviously I've got Sea Houses as well, which is another EM gauge layout, which is, they're both finished layouts, just not had the chance to work on them. So that hence why Kexby is leaving, and the Golfland layout is going to be leaving. And then in the new year, I want to start planning for this other layout I was on about, and then obviously finish the TMD, which is a big one. I'd like to think the ideas that I've got and the scenery that I've got, it might get a few invitations to shows, maybe not next year, but definitely 2027. So we'll see. Anyway, let's go to the kitchen. So, back in the kitchen. I just want to quickly go through a few things that have arrived since the last video, and that is first being this tiny little Alice Lane plaque that's going to go on the board that hides the fiddle yard. So we've got that. And then the next thing that came is the 90-degree adapters for the IP digital point motor that I mentioned about it sort of sitting like that. So we'll go in a little bit more detail about that. And then finally, I don't know if you realised, be right back, dog needs a wee. Right, where was I? Dog sorted. Anyway, so yes, 90-degree adapters for the DCC IP digital point motor. I know, looking back at the footage, I said one thing where I was like, oh, I'm not going to use a point motor. And then the next breath, I'm like, oh, so this point motor. Reason being is I like using these IP digitals is because they're so simple to use. They're literally sort of like plug and play. They're really good, but they are a little bit expensive. Now, I found this spare. Funny enough, I've just found it in like my bits drawer, so I was like, I might as well utilize it. So that's why I just wanted to clear that up. The other thing I got, now I don't know if you've seen, but a Cura Scale are now stocking ESU items, and there was nothing that I really wanted until I seen this. It's a cradle for fixing and maintaining your locos. Now, I think this was 20 quid. And I had a little cheap one. It's in my box somewhere. I don't want to try and find it. But 20 quid, it's a steal, knowing that you can sit your locos on here and they shouldn't roll away or anything. And it's quite well made to be fair. So yeah, I got that. I don't know if anyone cares. What else I get? I actually just reminded myself. One of our members, we've got a group, WhatsApp group for the club, and I asked if anyone had any spare sea foam. for making trees. And Jim, one of our members, who I don't know if you might have seen his layouts, he has Neuberg 1913 and 2013. If you've not seen them, Google them. They're on YouTube. They're at Wally 2021, I think it was. No, would have been later. Might have been 2023. You'll find them. They're superb, absolutely superb layouts. But he came in clutch and got me some seafoam and a couple of trees. So thanks, Jim, if you're watching. They're going to come in really handy. And what else did I get? Oh, I got myself a little mini glue gun, and it's pink because that's what my partner said colour I should get. So I went with pink. She'll probably use it for other stuff as well. So that's all the show and tell. I'm going to crack on now and turn the camera around. And in fact, can I just do it now while we're still recording? I can. Aha. So this is what you see. Nothing's changed since the last bit. I need to get the point mortar in here. And I think I haven't glued this in yet. But I think I'm going to put a little pin in here because you're not going to see it anyway. And yeah, I'm just going to crack on and start getting the scenery. I'll show you what I mean, because I remember in the last bit of the video I was talking about the hill. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to cut out some cardboard pieces here, a flat bit for the road to go around, and then a little bit of a curve down, and then a flat bit again for my retaining walls, the sleeper retaining walls. So then that'll hide that, and then I'll put plastic cloth on top. So I'm going to stop rambling on, and I'm just going to kick on now and go from there. But like I say, this is the layout. I've got the little J69 from a Curious Scale there, which I think looks the part. I've also got a Hawthorne Leslie as well. I had to get one of them because that's named. Well, it's not named after my granddad, but you know what I mean. It's sort of, my granddad was called Les. That's what I'm getting at. So yeah, let's crack on. Right. So I was an idiot, and this took way longer than it should have done. But as you can see, that is how it sits. So when this moves back and forth, this pushes that left and right. I don't want to push it too much, but you can sort of see the crack. And then all that does is, if I can line it up, it'll just sort of sit in there like that, and happy days. But really, I need to get some pins from the garage and some screws for this, because I don't know where the hell they are. And screw it on, and we'll see what happens. And I'll come back to you in a second and see if I've made it work or see if it's a disaster. So I'll be back in a second. Okay. I've installed the point motor, and if I, on my NCE power cab, select 1, you can clearly hear that it moves. Now, these IP digitals are super easy. If someone wants me to do a little video on how to actually install them, they're so easy. So basically, you've got a load of little push attachments. All you do is you literally slide the wire up and push them in. I always put red and black if you positive and negative for your track. And then this third red wire, don't kill me, but that is actually the frog, and that wire's just come out. Typical, but it does go in there. The third slot is for your frog. I normally do it green, but I couldn't find my green wire, and obviously that just connects to the frog there. But as you can see, it works. But if someone wants me to do more in-depth video on how to install these, I can either send you a link. I think Jenny Kirk did one for DCC Concepts, or I can quickly do one myself. Just let me know. But I'm going to crack on now, turn this layout back on its rightful way, and see if locos run. Hopefully, we'll see. Right, I just wanted to show you something. I know I'm zigzagging through all these these little clips, but I just wanted to show you something. I've just got the J69 moving. I know the track's a bit dirty, so it might stop and start. But watch what happens when it gets to this point. See how cut out? I'll take that off before I cause a fire. That is because I need to switch on underneath of the board the red and black wires round in the 1 and 2 port. That basically reverses the polarity. So all I'm going to do is quickly take this loco off, flip the board, flip them red and black wires in the IP digital point motor around, and it should then, just noticed there's the 2 little screws from that point motor. I mean, it just pokes through, so I'll be able to cover that up. I'm going off on a tangent, but it should then solve that issue. I shouldn't really use the NC power cab as a fault finder, but I tend to do, if there's a fault, I'll unplug things until the NC power cab is not flashing on and off. If it's flashing on and off, it generally means there's a fault. It's probably not the best way to do it, but it's just the way I do it. Probably will break the power cab eventually, so don't take me word for that one. Anyway, let's flip this over and swap these around. Okay. Well, I feel like an idiot because I'm sure people would have noticed I actually had the point thrown the wrong way when it was going over, hence why it was cutting out. I thought I'd thrown it the right way when I'd done it, and I hadn't. So I just flipped the wires round from red to black, black to red, then done it again, and I was like, wait, it's not working. And then flipped them around and realised that I hadn't thrown the point properly. So as you can see now, with J69, it's a little bit rickety, but we'll iron them out. So yeah, runs well. Not done it in reverse on camera yet. I've not done it in reverse at all, so we'll see if it derails. But it's looking good. And then if I change that, I think what we'll do is just to give it a little bit of scenery. I'll put this on if it's meant to, and we'll run it again. I just wanted to make sure that it's not going over the edge because I haven't got a point on it. Buffer stop. Like I said, it's a little bit. That's alright. I think it's just the track's a bit dirty. But as you can see, it runs absolutely lovely. J69 by Curiosco, by the way. Absolutely stunning. So I've stopped it on the point, runs lovely on the point. I just want to show you something why I've got this here. If you are ever thinking about getting a J69, but the roof comes off, and the detail in these are absolutely superb. Also, you can take the front off and slide out the decoder tray. They're absolutely stunning models. If people want me to do a bit of a unboxing video on it, let me know and I'll see how to bring one out. But yeah, they're absolutely stunning. Anyway, enough talking, because that is the point work, electric work, all the work electrical wise, barring I'm getting a little bar across here, and then I'm going to put a light behind it, like a little dado rail, just to hide the light. So other than that, which is just a USB and a plug, that is everything. So now is the dread of it, because I'm not electrics. Even though I had a bit of a mare there, I'm normally all right at, but the Scenic wise, it's very new to me. So we'll see how we get on. So I'm going to crack on. You'll probably see a little update in a bit, seeing where I am at. I'll probably say the cardboard stuff and all that will be there, and we'll go from there. So guys, as you can see, lots changed since the last clip. I've been taking a couple of pictures of what I've been doing when I've not been filming, just because I'm in a bit of a mad rush. Half the stuff's not dry. This is Friday now. As you can see, it's starting to come along. it's just more, it's all about just constantly adding layers. But it is starting to come along. Whether or not I get it finished for the show is another thing. But I've got like this black soot stuff, so I want to start. And basically, I've got a Dapple motorized crane, which is going to sit there for this track. So then once that comes, which I'm hoping is in the next hour or so, I can get that in, and then I'm going to put this like black soot stuff on. So yeah, it's starting to get there now, but I'm just going to keep on moving. I've also got these bits of track which I'm going to go and spray now, and they're going to sit in there as like, or maybe even here. It's basically as like spare bits of track for the heritage line. So I need to go and spray them up with real match, and then we'll probably sit them in there. And yeah, we're starting to get a bit of a picture now of what it's going to look like. I'm kind of happy with it. Not particularly happy with the rushing of it, but I think once this is out the way, I can sort of finish it off. I don't know how, as you can see, in the paint and stuff is going to dry. I'm hoping it's going to dry like this one, but this bit I'm a little bit cautious about. I might have to touch up and go over it a bit, but it's drying, so we'll see how we get on. But yeah, I'm going to crack on now, and I'll join you again in a second with probably a finished layout or an almost finished layout, so we'll see. I thought I'd bring you in here just to see the state of it. That is Gorfland, which is moving on, and then obviously Kegsby is slowly being bits taken off that I own, like stock and stuff. But I just thought I'd film this on the old phone while I'm in here. Should really bring the Hawthorne Leslie in, but I don't have enough hands, because I need to bring that NCE in so I can start programming the IP digital. Anyway, I'm rambling. This is the current state of the garage, but I don't know if I showed you this. I built this section. Can't remember if I did. Oh, actually, I've got clips of me building this, so I might add them in at the end of this video. I forgot to film them actually, but you've got stopgap there and sea houses. But yeah, this is where stopgap will sit once Kegsby's gone for the time being, and then obviously Gorfland will be out the way, and we can start working on the TMD. But yeah, it's ridiculously wet out there, so I'm going to crack on and get back in the house. So, what do you think? This is as much as I'm going to get done. I would like to get a bit more done, but especially at the bottom here, I really wanted to get like a fascia, because you can see just at the ends there where I haven't ballasted up. Obviously I wanted to get a bit of a border there to stop that from falling down. But I think all in all, it's come out really well. I think it's still very wet, but I think that gives it a good sort of weathered look. So I haven't run anything since I started scenery, so this is going to be interesting. But I have got about 1,000,001 locos that I'm bringing with me. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. So guys, thanks for watching. Episode 3 will be out probably the week after, where I'm at the exhibition setting up, etc. And yeah, it's going to be a good one. You're probably going to see me in 10 seconds in episode 3, stood in the same place, because I'll just need to do an opening video. But thanks guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed where I got to. Not too many clips of me doing things, because I just didn't have the time to do it, but I'm just looking at it and I'm super impressed with myself. I'm going to pat myself on the back, purely because, I'm no lie, this is the first time I've ever done scenery on any layout ever. And I think it's come out looking fairly good. So I want to give a big thank you to the likes of like New Junction, Everard Junction, AY76, all them guys, Chadwick, anyone and everyone you can think of, where I've just sat and binge watched their YouTube videos for the last 6 years, and I've just picked things up, and now I've put them into practice, and it's looking good. But I'm in a rush, I'm late as always. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I want to try and get to 1,000 subscribers. Now we're actually getting pretty close. So yeah, I'll see you in episode 3.